Hey y'all, for today's video I have a mini book haul. I realized I've gotten quite a few in the last little bit. Two of them I've actually read and I reviewed on my last monthly reading wrap up, so you can check those out there. And one of them I'm currently reading, so I'll talk about it a little bit. But here's my stack here, plus the book cover to the one I'm currently reading because I don't put the books in the other room. And I take the jacket off when I read because I find them super annoying. So I guess let's just start with this one. I am reading A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals. This one, I just think that's so cute. I found this at our local bookstore. I was actually looking for something else, but I saw this and thought the cover was super adorable, and then I read what it was about and I was like, have to read this book. It is it's kind of like a spoof off of Pride and Prejudice. It follows this girl Beatrice who lives with her family in a place called Stabmore Park, I think, in Swampshire, which is an English township is what it says. Anyway, she lives with her family and they're in that situation where her and her sisters need to be married off to someone with money. Otherwise, the creepy cousin is going to come in and take over the estate when her father passes away. So very Pride and Prejudice, but there's a fun little spin to it. They go to this ball and a murder happens and it turns into a game of Clue where they're all at this party and they're like, one of you is the murderer, and they're all trapped there at this estate and they have to figure out who the murderer is. It is such a cute book. I'm having so much fun reading it. The main character, Beatrice, is like, loves true crime, but it's not appropriate for a lady. So she kind of hides that secret, but she uses it to her advantage while they're trying to figure out who the murderer is. And it's honestly so cute. I'm having such a good time reading it. The next two books I picked up because of TikTok. I'm not on TikTok very often. I'm not even going to link mine because I don't post on it, but occasionally I'll get on there and scroll, and I hate those videos where they show one small clip of like an interaction that happens in a book and then they're like, you have to read the book now, and it drives me crazy. That's exactly what happened with these two. I have Safe Harbor from Kay Cinco and Arrowed by Griffin Murphy, and it hooked me and I have to read them now. Arrowed I'm actually really excited about. I actually saw something from the author of, she was having a hard time, I think, getting her book out there, and I just really wanted to support her. Plus, once I read what it was about, it sounded super interesting. It talks about wolf shifters and soulmates. So I don't know, this might be a little farther into the fantasy than I've gone before, but I'm excited to check it out. So they have this thing called arrows, which is a magical phenomenon, which I think the best way to describe it from what I understand, having not read this at all, is the closest thing I can think of is imprinting, like in Twilight, I think is essentially what it is. And this book follows Noah, who's in a lot of pressure to become the alpha of his pack and some other crazy intense things. So arrowing is like the last thing on his mind until it happens with someone named Sophia, and it changes his life completely. And how could I not get behind a wolfy romance? I don't know. So excited about that one. Safe Harbor. So this is about a girl named Melanie who has a twin brother who made some mistakes, so her and her family move to this small little beach town, which sounds amazing to me, off the Connecticut coast to try and start this fresh new life. She gets a job at an ice cream shop where she meets Calvin, who's tall and broody and pretty much on a mission to make her life miserable, so you know something's gonna happen there. This says it's a sweet young adult romance featuring the intensity of two people falling in love for the first time. I am already excited about reading this. I should read this before our sunshine goes away and summer's officially over. I have a feeling that will happen any week now here in Alaska, but now I really want to go down to the beach and start this book. This one, I'm actually not sure. I think I saw it on Instagram maybe, and I thought the cover was pretty. You guys, I'm so easy. It's Little Nothing by Marissa Silver, and like, Come on, is that not so cool? This is about a girl named Pavlot who is kind of scorned and pushed away, I think, because of a physical deformity she has, but it turns out that her passion lie in her otherworldly ability to transform herself and the world around her. I don't remember anything else about this, and it doesn't really explain on here, so just think dark fairy tale, and I think this is another Wolfie book. But you know, we've got a theme here. The last two books I actually got from this cute little bookstore in Homer. It's a 2-story house and it's just packed full of books. It is the coolest thing. The first one I found was The Passion of Dulce? Not really sure. Dulce? And it's by Julie Berry. This is about a girl named Dulce, or however the heck you pronounce this. Her and her mother are sentenced to burn for witchcraft. So she happens to escape with her life and has to flee to this small village where 3 women end up taking her in. 3 sisters offer to take her in and hide her. So it's only a moment, but she's being pursued and who knows how long before they find her. I love a good witchy book, so that's why I grabbed that one. And the last one is A Secret Daughter. You guys, this is by Shilpi Samaya Gowda? I don't know. I am so bad with pronunciations, especially with names, but I just thought this story sounded so beautiful. It's about this couple in this Indian village who have a baby girl, but in a culture where they favor the sons, the only way to save her new baby's life is to give her away. Halfway around the world, there is an American doctor who discovers she will never be able to have children, so she decides to adopt. When her and her husband see a photo of this baby girl, they know that she is meant to be theirs, and so the child ends up binding both of the couple's destinies together. I love this. It says it explores the emotional terrain of motherhood, loss, identity, and love as witnessed through the lives of 2 families, one Indian, one American, and the child that indelibly connects them. So I'm very excited to read this one. I am sure it will make me cry. I'm just preparing myself now for the tears. That is it for my mini haul today. If you have read any of these books, I'd love to hear what you think about them. Even if you didn't love them, I'm okay with hearing that. I just don't want to hear if you thought it was boring, because then I'll have a really hard time picking it up. Any other criticism I can handle, but hearing that you were bored with it, I don't know if I can make myself sit down and read after that. I would also love to know what you guys are currently reading. If you want to see what I am reading, you can always check out my Instagram, and I'll also let you know if there are any changes to my upload schedule there. Thanks so much for watching this video today. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next Wednesday.